Okay, so let's learn about foundation table. Yesterday, I already explained you what exactly the foundation table and how this foundation table forms. So this is the combination of foundation object and MDF object. So what exactly foundation object and MDF object into the success factor? So in SuccessFactor, foundation objects are core data entities that serves as a building block for managing various HR process. So exactly where it can be storing and it can like it is just an object to create the entities into the success factor. This object stores essential information about employees and employer data. So what we are doing here by creating this object, we are storing some data of employee and employer into the organization. So what kind of data? Employee central, like a job information data, like dynamic, how to create the dynamic role, or how to create one organization structure, the time of pay component groups, pay range, pay grade. These are all what entities. So in these entities, we will be storing some data by creating the objects. So those are nothing but the objects like foundation object and MDF object. So in foundation object, what we will be getting? Organization. In the organization entity, we will be creating location, location group, geozone. In the payment and payroll kind of thing, we will create frequency, pay grade, pay range, pay component and pay component group. In the job information, will not create anything from foundation object. But in others, like by creating a dynamic role, workflow configuration, event reason, everything we will be creating with the help of foundation object. So where we can create this foundation object into the success factor? In the manage org pay and job structure. So when we go to manage org pay and job structure from the action search, we can find out all these entities or elements or object, and we can create the object by giving the information of an by giving organization information. Clear?
Clear.
Okay, so why we are using it is it because it provides standardized and integrated approach to the managed HR data with SAP SuccessFactors system. So it also gives you the like functionality of reporting, analytics, and workflow automation. By what kind of functionality it will give you? Workflow automation, because why we are calling workflow automation is here only in by creating this object only we will decide that who are the workflow approvers into the foundation object from the foundation objects. So whenever in the future classes, we will be learning about how this workflow configuration can be done into the system. Okay.
Okay.
Now MDF objects. So what is meant by MDF object? MDF refers to the metadata framework. So this object refer to the entity to create the company's information, employer information. Like a legal entity, business unit, division, department, cost center, like pay group, pay calendar, sub-department, job function, and job classification. Apart from that, we also use these objects into the integration part for seamless data exchange between the two different systems. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the difference between the foundation object and MDF object. For MDF object, we can also call it as a generic object. Foundation object is just a foundation object, but for MDF object, we will be calling as a generic object as well. MDF object can be created into the managed data, and foundation object can be created into the managed pay and job structure. Now let's see the practical how we can create this data into the system. Means how we can create the objects into the system, real-time experience. Now, once we log in into the system, yesterday we saw one structure of our company, right?
Yes.
In that structure only, we will be creating the foundation object and MDF object. So we will not touch the foundation object, but we'll complete MDF object by creating all the company's information. This is login into the system. So first we'll create company information, which are generic object or MDF object. So to create the MDF object, we have to go to manage data. Yesterday we haven't created the company. We have created, right?
We created.
Okay. So yesterday's company only will say, repeat because yesterday Shiva Lakshmi was not there. No? So to see that company where we will be going to configure, view org chart. In the org chart, whatever the company we have created, we can see there. Go to company structure overview. What is our company name?
Wipro.
Wipro. So this is the company what we have created yesterday. Now MDF objects are created. Now we'll add foundation objects to the system. So to create a foundation object, we have to go to manage of pay and job structure. Let's go to manage of pay and job structure. Okay, this is the action search. Once we come here, if we have already created, then we can search, or else when we are creating a new object, we will be going to create new. So to create all the foundation objects and all, first we will create one location group, and after the step by step we will complete. So this is the effective dated entity, means it will capture the history whenever you are doing the changes. So just give the date, whether the standard date or whatever the date you are starting, company will be starting. Now ours is Wipro, right? So I'm going to create one location group for this one. So what exactly the location group? In which area, like Asia, something, where our location has been, where the location group has been, then we will be creating the location group here. So code, we'll give the code first, or we'll give the code like Asia 112 and the name. Asia group. After the description, why we are creating this group, location group, and the status is active. Now active. Now save it. And again, what we have to do, we have to create a location for this one, or you can create a geo zone. After that also you can create a location. So, but if you go step by step, then you will map the details with whatever it is required. What exactly the geo zone into the system? Geo zone, it is a graphical representation like latitudes and longitudes of your company information. Latitude and longitude means just a exact location of your company. Geo 123. Any code you can give in the real life, but as of now, I'm just taking normal codes here. And status is active. Adjustment percentage up to how much in how much radius the company location can to extract. Now save it. Now next is location. Here, whatever the location group and location we have created, we will be mapping those location and location group as well as our company details here. Now you can give the standard date, what we are following from last or previous objects, and give the code like Wipro 234. Standard weekly hours of your company. In your company, how many hours weekly we will be working, and here Wipro location, or just you can create the location called Hyderabad Wipro. Now description, what is the exact description about the location? Status active. Now you have to attach your location group code with the location. Okay. And time zone, what is your time, what is the time zone of your company? Like actually we will be following GMT. Okay, so based on in the real time, we will be following where whatever the country, wherever the whatever the country you're working, based on their time zone, we will map this system. Now level, what is the level of your company? Actually, all this we can configure. If you want, we can also remove this fields, or else we can add some more fields if your client has a requirement. Now geozone, whatever the geozone you have created previously. We have created Wipro, so here it is coming. Now legal entity, you have to map all this with the location group, geozone, and location with your legal entity. So what is our legal entity? Yesterday we have created is Wipro. Now map your location group, geozone, and company location with the company you have created, and give the country name here. Okay. Once you give the country name, the blocks will be reflecting. So what are these exactly? These are all corporate data model. So what exactly the corporate data model, how this data model will be created, we will see in the further classes. Okay. Getting?
Okay.
Yeah. So give the address and address wherever the company full address it is, and zip code, and save it. Now we have created three foundation objects, which are location group, geozone, and location. Apart from that also we can create like a pay range, pay grade, pay component group, frequency, dynamic role, workflow configuration, and event reason. So we will see, we will create all these object one by one after some time. Now, as of now, it is till now we will practice, and once you got clear with this one, then we will move to the further topics.
Okay.
Okay, so these are the foundation objects and the MDF object. Foundation object can be created in manage org pay and job structure, and MDF object can be created into the manage data. And if you want to configure any fields here, so yesterday we have created the MDF object, right? Let me show you. Go to whenever your client asking to add some fields in the object what you have created, how you will be creating those fields. So we will see that. Now let's see once again. Wipro. Search here for the legal entity what you have created already, and now we will do some customization in the fields, whatever the company we have created yesterday. Now this is the screen. Your client is asking to remove all these fields and add some other fields into the system. Then where you are going, and we will do the configuration part. Not only this screen, not only in the legal entity, you can do in the business unit, division, department. So in all the screens, we can design every field. Even we can change this name as well. How to change those kind of things, we will see now. So to change the configuration of the screen and any object or any fields you need to add, you have to go to configure object definition. Configure object definition. So this is the action where we will be editing some fields and label of the object. Now search here for the field legal entity. So you should not search for the Wipro. You have to search for the legal entity. Are you there? Hello.
Yes, Kavita.
Yeah. Now So let's try. So if your client is saying that I want to change this name here, how we will be changing the label. So you have to go to configure object definition, legal entity, take action and make correction. Now our legal entity label is this one. Now I am changing this one to the company or Wipro, whatever it is. However, the label should, as per their requirement, we can change here. Now see once, come down and save it. Once you save, just refresh this page. Okay.
Okay.
Now you cannot find legal entity. Maybe base data will be legal entity only, but only the label will be changed as however you have done the configuration part. Got it? Now, this many fields are available, right? In this, where are these fields available? Where it has been created into the configure object definition. Here you can create the fields like level, department, location, scope. So these are the fields, level, department, location, scope. Now you don't want all these fields. Let's create some new fields here with good names. Okay, so I want some field in my company with address. Okay, so somewhat address field I required. So automatically it will take as a cust. So cust means customization. This field will be customizable. And here data like a maximum length. So maximum length of the object we can take as up to maximum length of the field we can take up to 255. Under 255, you can take any length. And here string means alphanumerical value it will accept. So we will do one or two objects here with a different data types. Now I want one more field with the now this cust and address will be there. Even in the front face it will also look like this one. So you have to design this label in a good way. Just come down and here you can see the label and type here address. Okay, only address or whatever the name you require. So this cust will not reflect into the front face. Now I want some other field with the address or permanent pin code, anything. No space will, it will not accept any space. So automatically it will take as a cust. Up to 255 you can take the field length. And here I want number. So pin code is a number, right? So I want the data type should be as a number. Now you can go to details and design the label. Now pin code and save it. Now I want in my legal entity strength, company strength, you can take as a company strength. Or what will we create? Just location, department level, company timings, just giving timings. And this is just for a practice person only. And here timing means time format, okay, date and time format. And label, you can take it as a time. Now 3 field we have created. Now let's see in the front face how this fields looks like. Save it. Okay, are you sure you want to delete department? So previously we have deleted some data, right? So it's just giving the hint. And in the real time, you cannot delete the data up until and unless you have a proper approval. So at this demo system, I have just deleted the irrelevant data. Now refresh the system, go back to the screen wherever you are, or you can refresh the page and open the system again. Now refresh. And see the fields here, whatever we have created, address,
Yes.
code and time. So when you enter the data, so here what we have given for address, it has to be string value. String means alphanumeric, right? So when you give alphanumeric means if you give number also it will take, and if you give alphabets also it will take. Here pin code, for pin code we have given number. So if you give alphabets it will not take. So immediately it will reflect as a in red color means error. So invalid pin code, expected a number. Why it is coming? Because in the data type we have already informed the system that only accept the value in the numeric format. Okay. So once if you give the number numeric, then it will not come here. Okay. Now time format. So we here what we have given in the data type, date and time. So it will accept only date and time format. Whatever the date you want to give. So DD, and YY format. And here time hours, minutes and seconds. And you whatever our timing is, like ours is GMT timing. So if you want, you can just give UTC. Whatever the current time you can give. Now 21, 53 and 34 seconds. Got it?
Yes.
And you can save the date. Like that, how many fields we have? Apart from this data type also, we have Boolean, we have generic object, user, and date and time, string, foundation object, pick list, enum, all the different objects we will be having. So what exactly what we can, where we can use the other objects. So let me explain you in a detail and you can create the objects now. Now, attachment means it will only accept the attachment. Autocomplete means based on the previous one, it will complete automatically, it will complete. Auto number means automatically based on the previous number, it will give you the number. Suppose 99 is there, then whenever you are creating an object, it will give you as a number 100. Boolean means yes or no. And foundation object means like location, whatever we have created just now, geozone, location group. Generic objects are MDF object. Number means only number. Enum means active or inactive, like in the status we will be using that one. Pick list means a drop down menu. String, alphanumeric, time, just time format. Translatable means it translate to another language. User means employee's name, any user, it will, the field will expect any username into the system. So now you can create as a practice purpose, you can create some other fields and let's see whether you are getting the result or not. If you're not getting, we'll explain you again and we can practice. Got it?
Oh, okay, now.
Yeah. Any doubts you have?
No.
Clear?
Yeah, clear.
Okay. Why we are using string data type?
We are using the string.
Sorry? Hello, why we are using the string data type? To accept the value, alphanumeric value. Okay, for different in the fields, for that specific field, what data it required, for that purpose only we are giving the values. And what about you, Shivalakshmi? You have any doubts?
No, ma'am.
You have any doubts or you are clear? Okay.
No, ma'am.
Your mic is not in a proper condition, I think. I'm getting echo while you are speaking. So just type the message here. Here we have chat option also. You can type your answer.